it also affects her entire vascular system.
High blood pressure has effects on your brain, it has effects on your heart, it damages the kidneys, so it affects all your blood vessels.
And on this fateful Saturday morning, the pressure becomes too great inside a blood vessel deep within Rosie's brain.
She probably had a horrible headache.
Then suddenly, the vessel bursts.
That causes bleeding inside her brain, causing it to swell.
The swelling puts unbearable pressure on the organ, depriving it of vital oxygen. Soon, her brain can no longer function, and she collapses. Tragically, almost 2 days pass before Rosie's boyfriend returns from his trip and finds her body decaying in a pool of blood.
That blood around her face is caused by her being face down, starting to decompose. And then the delicate blood vessels of the nose are breaking down and the blood is just oozing out.
Finally, with all the pieces in place, Dr. G is ready to share her findings with the police.
I know this isn't a homicide, so the boyfriend's off the hook. We've got the killer, and the killer was high blood pressure.
Anyway, well, you already knew some.
The detective is like all smiles. I mean, because that made his day. He is not spending the rest of his day interviewing the boyfriend. He's not spending the rest of the day looking for a perpetrator, because her perpetrator was her high blood pressure.
It's possible that the tumors Dr. G found on Rosie's adrenal glands could have caused her elevated blood pressure.
The adrenal glands may or may not have been the cause of her high blood pressure.
Special tests do exist that could have identified the adenomas as the source of Rosie's high blood pressure. But unfortunately, she never sought medical attention.
It would be interesting to find out, but now there's nothing I can do about it. If she was alive, that would be wonderful. If you're alive with high blood pressure and they find the cause for high blood pressure and they something like taking out that tumor to get rid of your high blood pressure, that would by all means be worth it. But she's already dead. When we run a medical examiner's office, we have to kind of allocate our resources on what's important to find out and what's not. And unfortunately, that's the reality of the situation. And those are the kind of calls I have to make.
And although Dr. G takes comfort in the fact that Rosie wasn't murdered, this case is yet another example of an unfortunate and premature death.
All right. She could have prevented her death by stopping smoking and losing weight.
There are also effective medical treatments for high blood pressure.
We have good medications to control high blood pressure. And if one doesn't work, they try another.
Some cases are just sadder than others.
High blood pressure can be a silent killer. That is why knowing your blood pressure is one of those essential numbers you need to know if you want to live to old age.
Anyway, so not a bad day today. Just tragedy.
There is no excuse for you to have high blood pressure and not treat that aggressively. Unless you don't want to live